Let's have a little leisurely cup of coffee and sit back, and we've got some great news for you. I don't see anything coming through on mine, and I did get a LinkedIn. I got a message from Matthew Parker on LinkedIn. So let's have a little leisurely. Oh, it's looking good. Somebody go over on YouTube. Is that you over there, Style Consultant on YouTube? Okay. Or is this? Oh, I see. Maybe that was last week. It was working from YouTube. I see a message over there. Okay, we got some viewers. It seems to be working. I get a thumbs up from Periscope. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglash for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. I got a really special treat for you. I think I'm going to post it later today. And David Rosendahl did a really great interview with Andrew and a bunch of guys that are really doing real direct mail and weaning people off of digital. I was so impressed with it. But it was 2 hours, and in fact, I watched it 2 or 3 times. I probably watched it more than that, all things considered, with all the looking around for parts that I remembered. So I decided to boil it down, and I got, to the really nuggets, and so I got it down to 18 minutes, and I'm gonna post it with permission of David and Andrew, and I think there's just a few shots from some of their clients and stuff. But anyway, they've given me permission, so I'm going to post it probably later today, and it's really good. And you really want to take some time, especially if you're a printer, or USPS, because it talks about how Andrew actually weans people off the digital addiction, the pay per crack, as they called it, where it works initially, but then the price goes up, the competition catches on, and you got no distinguishing features. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, now let's dig into the rest of the news, because I always enjoy that. Let's see if I can even remember how to run things today. This is life changing here. Research shows that researchers don't do research. This got stretched funny. I'll try and fix it because we're going to have other things coming on it shortly. Anyway, it shows that researchers, let's see if I can even read this now, spend time managing research, analyzing research, designing research, consulting, and presenting, plus other activities. There's no research in there. So research shows that research isn't research. And thank you for this study, according to Green Book Research Industry data, industry trend data. Or Green Book. I wonder if Green Book actually researched this or just made it up. Over 90% of statistics are made up. Get it? Over 97.5% of statistics are totally made up. Okay, let's go on. I'm having too much fun. Okay, Postcardmania releases a game-changing new patient generation marketing software for dentists. It's a long title, too long. Anyway, the deal is, here's a dentist program. See this? Dentists. Got it? Dentists. I gotta figure this out. I don't know why it's proportioned so funny. There we go. That's better. Okay, so you can read it. And the deal is that they were doing a lot of work for dentists. So the dentist would come to them and say, I'd like to do some mailings, some prospect mailings in my area. And so they did that for them. And, then I guess for conversation or something, they started doing the email also and some other things. And they finally said to themselves, why don't we coordinate the whole program? Makes total sense. That Joy, she's a smart cookie. Okay, Everywhere Dental combines all of the marketing channels that Postcardmania has proven most successful for dentists after running campaigns for 6,742 dentists nationwide. Good sample set to start with. These include direct mail, Google, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Gmail ads. This Postcardmania is a powerhouse, if you ask me. But if you are working with dentists, maybe you need to figure this out. But think about it. It applies to so many industries. The direct mail print industry has been siloed in print. Now, print's tricky, and, making it effective is hard. But, I talk to a lot of printers, and I ask them about this, and they say, no, we just do print on paper. Well, the problem is if you just do print on paper, then you're going to be subject to their attribution methods, which are terrible, right? Because an internet-based omni-channel attribution will pick up on things like first-party cookies and other things that may not actually have any causal force whatsoever, but will take credit. And so automatically, digital will get all the credit for your mail. That's what's going on. And I don't think printers get that, okay? So what you need to be at least working with somebody that knows what they're doing in digital, and you need to sort out the attribution. That's just absolutely crucial, because 9 times out of 10, it's the mail that's driving people to the net. Everybody goes to Google to look up the phone number, unless you put a QR code on it maybe, and then they can dial it direct. It's not panacea though. And so you gotta be pulling the thing together. That's just the way it is. Get the article. It's a great article. If you're a printer, you should be reading that. But here's another one: Psychology of Design. And I really like this because we don't see enough about design in our there aren't any hardly direct marketing publications. This is from Brand United, which is about the closest thing left. Okay, so I highly recommend you subscribe to Brand United. Got that? And so anyway, here's what I love about it. This is the first and best thing about it. Okay, if you're starting a business, if you're in e-commerce, provide the right content. And I'm thinking, well, that's not so easy, because like in consulting, what do they need? You don't really know what they need. They don't probably know what they need. I was going to do an article on that. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. How you don't know what the customer needs, but the customer knows what they need. No, they don't. They don't. The history of marketing is littered with success stories of people who accidentally marketed something wrong and it worked. Think baking soda in the refrigerator. Think Pine Sol for cars, not for houses. Think, oh my goodness. It's just, so anyway. People have a need and they don't know what problem, how the problem can get solved. So let's talk about reassurance. This is the great part. Look at it here. Customer service number. You know how hard it is to find a phone number on most websites? It's like impossible. It's just plain old impossible. Even catalogers. We used to put, our phone number on the bottom of every page. Remember, I helped Land's End start an imprinted business-to-business company, and I handed their catalog back to Dave Zentmeyer. And I said, Dave, where am I going to buy these golf shirts? These fancy, nice Land's End imprinted golf shirts. And he said, how about Land's End? I said, no, I'm going to buy them from my brother-in-law. He said, what? I said, well, first of all, where is Land's End mentioned on this page? And he said, I said, I'm not giving my whole catalog to the purchasing department. I'm just going to photocopy this one page, and there's no mention of Land's End on here except on the label inside the collar of the shirt, right? So it's not obvious. And I said, there's no phone number on here on this side of the page. It's over on the other side. And I said, and everybody has a brother-in-law in imprinted merchandise. In those days, it was kind of true. Oh, he said, man, this is way different than I expected. Anyway, make your phone number obvious. We helped Oakley do a mailing, and I said, there's no phone number. And the guy said, yeah, here, it's down in the copy. I said, that doesn't count. It's not on here. Hand it to somebody who knows. Frequently asked questions, another good thing you don't ever see hardly. Make it obvious. Make it obvious to people how to get in touch with you. And what kind of payments do you take? I think that one people do pretty well. But these two above, no, not good. Okay, Reassuring Colors, I'm not as high on this. There's some great stuff that works with reassuring, but Blue, they say, is reassuring. IBM, even when their logo isn't on the TV commercial, even when IBM isn't on the TV commercial, you still see the banners, top and bottom. When I think they should have made them on the sides, but then they would have got clipped by the old TVs like mine. Okay, color is a tough thing. Here's another one: create space and ease. Now here's where we part company a little. I part company with Katie. She says white space gives both graphics and text room to breathe. Here's a couple of tips on the right. We'll extend the right content. One of the things I see most common today in catalogs or on websites. Here, I'm just picking up Marco Promotions. I didn't intend to do this. It just happens to be sitting here. Okay, Marco. And so you see on the cover, right? And you see these items. And what can you tell me about these items? Can you tell me how big they are? This little duffel bag looks like, I'd guess duffel bags could be anywhere from 6 inches to 2 feet in height or so. Grocery bags about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. So it could be that big, or it could be 6 inches, could be a little gift bag. There's no size reference. It looks like the zipper might give you some clue. How about this glass? Is that an 8-ounce glass? Is that a 12-ounce glass? Is that a 15-ounce glass? Is it a 1-ounce glass? Can't tell. How about giving information on the size in the photograph? It's not that hard, really not. We used to throw a quarter in there sometimes, or a pen, or just any accent item that could be full. You could even have, like next to this glass, you could have, a napkin. Napkin wouldn't give you size reference, but a fork, the end of a fork. The tip of a fork. Or something that connects it with reality. And the web design is worse, right? And I could take your catalogs, very flat design, no hierarchy whatsoever. Nothing on that page tells you what do we think would be a good item for you. You're a purchasing agent, you want to give something away for something. Marketing said, we need a giveaway for this. You don't care. So give the purchasing agent some help. And the marketing person doesn't care either. They're not taking it home. They're giving it away, right? No size reference on any photograph in this probably in the whole book. Lots of white space, not enough information. Probably not enough copy. And one of the funny things in promotional, since we're kind of on that, is that you're not selling it to the end user. This was a big change for Land's End. I said, do you understand that the purchasing agent doesn't care how comfortable your shirt is? He said, what do you mean? I said, the purchasing agent isn't going to wear it. Your copy all through Land's End is about, what great fabric you have, how it'll last forever, all the benefits a consumer cares about. Purchasing agent doesn't care about that. Purchasing agent cares about stuff like, we'll get your logo right. You'll be a hero with your customer, right? Your customer will love this. It's a totally different, it's written in a different person. Zentmer looked at me like, I gave him, this is for like a $500 project. I'll come out for an hour, And I gave him 10 rules for imprinted merchandise for Land's End. And, I didn't hear from them. They did fine. I come back about 8 or 9 years later, and they're giving me a tour. And they got sewing machines all over the place. And, I remember one of them was you have to have your own inventory because the consumer side will take it. And then you won't be able to fill a big order, that kind of stuff. So just have your own inventory. Keep it simple. And anyway, so then we're talking, and he said, what really put us on the map was we have these 10 rules, like 10 commandments. And he pulls them out and he shows them to me. And then I think they were up in the warehouse on bored or something. I said, where'd you get those? He said, I don't remember. Nothing like being a consultant. It was a $180 million business by then. Yeah, okay. I remember where those came from. Anyway, so, white space is expensive. I'm not saying you shouldn't have it, but you should be very careful that it's doing the work for you, because it isn't. Mostly it's not. And I'm getting so tired of people shooting products, one little isolated product in a square, then another a little isolated product in a square. Why? Because it's easy to do it in a catalog and on the web. Or it's a web designer that doesn't have any idea that products could be seen in more than one place. But web is even worse for scale, for giving that content. Easy to read fonts, yeah, I agree. If you look at my slides, they're all in serif type. But kids today tell me it looks old-fashioned, which moves us to the fifth point. Tap into nostalgia. Use a typeface that's readable and classic, right? I would say both. Okay, so anyway, I just think I'm just tickled to death that this article didn't just start with lots and lots of pictures, and say, oh, it has to be cool, which is kind of the way web design reads mostly. And most of the stuff designers do will make it difficult to use, difficult to get in touch with you, difficult to purchase, and difficult to get enough information from the product. I'm John Miglash. Like and share. Your friends will know.